everybody, and welcome back to another Coaster Cheetah video, and in this video I will be talking about Dollywood and the future of the park after Big Bear Mountain is opened and what they could add next. And I have 3 coasters here, and I have taken inspiration from the survey that Dollywood put out a while ago. However, let's get right into these predictions, and I'm not really sure if they'd fit into the Wildwood Grove section because that is like a family slash kiddie area, and these are like more extreme rides. So first, I think, which is a really nice fit from Vekoma, which the Dollywood parks seem to love working with, is a Vekoma Wildcat coaster. And I just think this would be a great fit because although it features inversions, it still is not a very intense coaster. Take Phoenix, for example, at Far Up Summerland. And that is a family park, and look at how well Phoenix is fitting there for the park, and I think it would just work the same at Dollywood. It would look so great there. They could give it a nice little theme, and it would just be a great coaster. And I honestly think they could manage to put this in the Wildwood Grove section because it's not a very large coaster, plus, like I said earlier, it does feature inversions. However, it is a very tame coaster still with some awesome, nice airtime moments and other awesome elements on the ride. So that was my first prediction. Now for my second, I have a Mach Extreme Spinning Coaster, and I think this could work because Herschend seems to like working with Mach after Time Traveler was installed at Silver Dollar City. Usually, you know, they're sister parks, so usually they they take inspiration from one another. So I wouldn't be surprised if a Mach Extreme Spinner was installed at Dollywood, and I think that would be a great thing for the park because, I mean, with Mach's new improvements on these coasters, it could just be insane. Or they could dial it back a bit, maybe make it not so intense because, again, Dollywood is a family-oriented park. So they could make it, you know, a little bit like more controlled, only spin in some parts, maybe even have like a little show section and like only have a couple inversions and make it way less like intense and crazy than the other ones. And yeah, I think that would be really cool how they could do that because, I mean, we all know Dollywood is great at implementing their rides into their parks. So yes, that is my second prediction, and at the end of the video I will say which one I think is the most likely to happen. So now we have my third and final prediction with a hyper coaster for the park. They have talked about it before, Dollywood has teased it to us. However, when I was thinking of this video, I wasn't really sure what manufacturer I would go with, or what Dollywood would go with for this, and eventually I came up with B&M because B&M is known for their intimidating looking rides, plus they have worked with them before, Herschend, many times, and I think that B&Ms are, like if they went with something like Mach, they would probably have some inversions or crazy unique elements, and with B&M I feel like they are more tamed down and just focus on the floater airtime. However, I think something like Shambhala or Mako would be great here. Maybe something like Behemoth at Canada's Wonderland would just be an exceptional ride for Dollywood and would really please the GP in that area. And yeah, I think this would be a great, like I think they should theme it to like a mountain like theme because the airtime hills could look like mountains, and I think that would just be really awesome. And I think it would just be a great fit for Dollywood, which kind of sounds weird because such a tall coaster and a humongous coaster at this park kind of sounds a little off, but I think it would just work great in the park skyline and it would rule over the rest of the park, and I think that would just be awesome. And I think eventually they will get a hyper, which is why I think all of these have a great chance of happening. However, I think a hyper is the only one in my mind that is guaranteed to happen eventually at Dollywood sometime. The only one that I think the least likely to happen, honestly, I don't really have an answer for that. I just think the most likely due to it. Now, I'm not sure if the hyper will happen first. However, I do think eventually they will install hyper, and it will, Dollywood will get a hyper, whether that's from, I don't know what company, but I think B&M would be the best for Dollywood, and I think that's what they would go with. However, comment down below which one of my 3 predictions you think is most likely to happen. Also, comment down below any other predictions you have for Dollywood. And if you did enjoy, please like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.